Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. We are actually videoing this on Memorial Day, and I just want to give a shout out to Jim's and my dad's, both of whom served in the Navy, and to Jim, who served in the Air Force. Kudos to them and to all of our servicemen, active and retired. We so appreciate you preserving our freedom for us. Thank you for your service. This video is actually going to air on Friday, and this is just a reminder that Friday videos are going to be intermittent for a while. We are just wanting to shake things up a little bit on our channel to see what the reception is going to be from our audience. We'll be doing Friday videos when there is something that comes up that we just are passionate about and want to share with you. So they'll be a little intermittent, but fairly often. So today's video is actually going to be a follow-up on our discovery earlier in the week when we went to and discovered Fry's Fresh Produce Warehouse down in Santa Clara. And one of the things that we purchased was 6 limes, and they were just beautiful. And so in looking through recipes to see what we might do, I came across a recipe that just looks fantastic. It is in the all-new Ball Book of Canning and Preserving. It is on page 165. Here's the recipe, and here is the picture. We love sweet, hot things. And so this pineapple habanero is going to be caramelized. We'll caramelize it in the oven. Now, because this is a copyrighted book, I can't share the recipe, but lucky for us, the Ball Company has the recipe on their website. So I will be putting the link to the recipe below the description of this video. So this recipe calls for 2 pineapples. You see that I have processed one right here, and it's ready to go in the oven to be caramelized. I'll do the other one on camera. A couple of cups of onion. It called for red onion. I only had 1 small red onion. The rest is just white onion. This is a half a cup of cilantro. This is 1 habanero pepper that has been diced. This is what a habanero looks like. Don't be fooled by its size. This is a hottie, and you need to be really careful when you work with these, that you either put gloves on or you're very careful only to touch the outside skin, because the capsaicin, which is a chemical, will just burn your fingers like crazy. And ask me how I know that. And working with peppers, when I started doing Mexican food years ago, I didn't know anything about capsaicin and what it does to your skin. So just be very, very careful. We're using 1 in this recipe, and I just wanted to have another one so that I could show you. Then it uses some lime juice and some sugar, and that's it. I think that's it. So we're going to get started right away, and the first thing that we have to do is we have to get the pineapple in the oven. Well, we sprinkle it with sugar, and we get it in the oven so that the sugar caramelizes. So I'm saving all my scraps over here. This is a pineapple corer tool. I'll tell you, they are worth their weight in gold. We do have a video on how to water bath can pineapple. My sister Cindy and I found a fantastic buy on pineapple. Oh, it's been a year or more ago. We got them for about, was it, Jim, $1 a piece?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was really an amazing price. And
it was right after the end of the shutdown.
Oh yeah, it was right after COVID, you're right.
Yeah.
It was. And so we went, both of us, hog wild on canning pineapple. And that's when I learned how wonderful this tool is. But because I'm a little bit short, I have to stand on a stool. Oh, I feel so powerful up here. In order to get good enough leverage so that I can do this. And because the recipe calls for the pineapple to be peeled, quartered, and then sliced, we're not going to do it in that order. We're going to do it with this tool, and I'll show you how I do it. But in order to get the slices to be about 1 inch, I have to push down really hard, and that helps the depth of the slices. Those of you who are younger will be able to just whip right through this. My muscle strength as I have aged has diminished, of course. Okay, we're at the bottom, I think. And I just do it a couple of times to be sure that we've cut everything on that bottom. Then we just pull it out. It's still attached.
There you go.
And here it is. This is what it looks like on the inside. And then I just push these two buttons on the side and pull the handle off. And we can get our pineapple like this. And because they want it cut in quarters, I'm going to get the stool out of the way. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to cut it in quarters. And there we are. So, single layer here. And these are not quite an inch, but they're okay. A couple of eyes here I'm going to take out.
I think there's one right in the center. Yeah, right there.
Thank you. Okay. Our oven has preheated to 400 degrees, so we are now going to, I'm going to rinse my hands. So I'm going to sprinkle this sugar evenly over the pineapple. This is 1/4 cup. And this is going to help it caramelize. Caramelizing it will turn it just a little brownish and give it just a little bit of a different taste. This is going in the oven for 30 minutes. At 15 minutes, I'll go in and turn over every one of them so that they can get caramelized on both sides. So we will be back at the end of 30 minutes when the pineapple is caramelized. So this has been in for a little bit more than 45 minutes. It never did get brown or crunchy on the outside, but I'm going to follow the recipe. So now the next thing that we do is we need to just rough chop these pineapple pieces, and I'm just going to try to do it right in the pan, and we'll see. It's kind of hot. And we need, when we're done, about 6½ cups of these pineapple pieces. So we will see how that goes. So I'm going to continue chopping these, and we'll come back when this part is done. Well, we have a little problem. 2 pineapple as called for in the recipe did not equal 6½ cups. I already have put 4 cups in our pot. And I have this much left, which is very short. Luckily, I have some of our home canned pineapple that I was talking about earlier in the video. So this was canned in November of 21. So it's 2½ years old. I'm going to just drain it. This one I drank a little pineapple juice out of when I was coring it today. And this will bring us close. Won't bring us all the way, but it'll bring us close. Okay. Not ideal, but it will work. So my recommendation is, if you're going to use this recipe, you might want to bring home 3 pineapple instead of just 2. We are going to add now and this is my jam pan. It's a Maslin pan. It holds 9 quarts. I will put the link to this in the products list below the video. It is also in our Amazon store if you want to check it out. This is my all-time favorite pan to do so much in. So 2 cups of onion right here. 1/4 of a cup of fresh squeezed lime juice. It took all 6 limes to get here. And our chili. These other 2 things will be waiting until a little bit later. I'm now going to turn it on. I'm stirring this up. It's going to be gorgeous. I wish there was more red onion, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Now we're going to let this boil for 5 minutes, and then we are going to add the cilantro, and I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1.5 teaspoons of salt right here. We will add these 2 things, and then we will put it in the jar. So we'll bring you back after this has boiled for 5 minutes. So as you can see, it is boiling like crazy. It's just about to be finished. It has made its own liquid, so that's good. That buzzer is going to go off any minute, so I'm going to go ahead and put the sugar and salt in and the cilantro and stir that in. Oh my gosh, oh, there goes the timer. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. The color of that cilantro is just beautiful. The next thing that we do is we add about half of this mixture to the food processor because we want some smaller pieces, not quite as big as some of the big pieces. So we're going to just chop half of it and then add it back in again. I'm just going to pulse it. We do not want to puree it. This is just chopping. And that is enough. So it will thicken up the salsa to have those pieces in there. There we go. Okay, now let's fill these jars. I have the canner simmering in the background, so it'll be ready for us. So we're just going to scoop this up and get it in. We leave 1/2 inch of headspace. So here will be some for the refrigerator. It won't be a full pint. Meanwhile, I'm going to put a little bit more liquid in these. So I'm going to set this one over here, and we're going to work with these 2, 3. We have 1/2 inch of headspace in all of them. Next is to check for air bubbles. Plain water on the paper towel. All right, there's the water. It's well above the jars. I'm now going to turn it up. And once it starts to boil, a good rolling boil, at sea level, we time for 15 minutes, but at 5,000 feet where we are, we need to add 10 minutes whenever we do water bath. And this is regular water bath, it is not steam. I'm doing it in my Cuisinart pasta cooker because there's plenty of room in there to do canning. There is a rack on the bottom. You probably saw that when Jim got close. So that water should start to boil in just a minute, and then we will start timing for 25 minutes. I'll take the lid off, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then when we're ready to take the jars out, we will come back. The timer stopped a couple minutes ago. They've been sitting in the water for about 5 minutes, and they are absolutely beautiful, just beautiful. I think, yeah, this one is already popped, so the others probably will as well. I am so excited about this salsa. I have done a habanero apricot jam before. In fact, I think we have a video on that, but never a habanero, there was one, a habanero pineapple salsa before. And oh my goodness, this is the little half pint that didn't get processed, so I'm just going to give it a little taste. Oh, it is fantastic. That habanero is strong, but it's not too strong for us. Jim and I are more in the medium heat crowd rather than the high heat or the fire heat, which some other members of my family are. Oh, that is luscious, luscious. Would you like to taste it, Jim?
No, that's okay. I believe you.
You believe me. You know
Yes,
what
I do like a medium heat. The other strong stuff tears my stomach up.
Yeah. I think as I'm thinking about how we will be using this, well, there are dozens of uses, but one of the things that popped into my head immediately was fish tacos. Wouldn't this be fantastic on fish tacos? We'll have to try that really soon.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad to have these. It is just, I feel, I can taste the habanero, but the pineapple is strong. The lime gives it a very smooth taste. And I'm really glad that we chopped up in the food processor about half of the batch because it makes it not quite so big chunky like that. So there are lots of little chunks like that. So that makes it really good. So here we are. This is just great. I'm so thrilled with this. And I hope that you try this. And remember, I will be putting the link to the recipe from the ball recipe collection at the below the description of this video. There's all 3 of them. So we've got them. And they'll be a fabulous addition to our food storage. So thank you so much for being with us and for sharing again the discovery that we made down at the Fry's Fresh Produce Market warehouse. And those limes were a great addition to today's project as well. So we will see you very soon. Share our videos, talk about our channel, get the word out to those who are wanting to learn how to do safe canning and emergency preparedness and food security, along with self-reliance. So we'll see you soon for more videos.